Here.
Okay, we'll go ahead and, I put this Second Amendment resolution, first item on the agenda. Just, I'm sure a lot of folks are here over that, so, I'll have Joe to, read it, and then, we'll, take a motion and stuff on for Joe.
This is a resolution declaring Rockcastle County, Kentucky a Second Amendment county. Whereas the Constitution of the United States is the supreme law of our nation, and whereas the Second Amendment to the Constitution states that a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And whereas the United States Supreme Court has affirmed the individual's right to possess firearms unconnected with service in the militia for traditionally lawful purposes such as self-defense within the home. And whereas the United States Supreme Court has affirmed that the right of an individual to keep and bear arms as protected of the Second Amendment is incorporated by the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment against the states. And whereas the United States Supreme Court in United States versus Miller, 1939, stated that firearms that are part of ordinary military equipment with use that could contribute to the common defense are protected by the Second Amendment. And whereas the Rockcastle County Fiscal Court is concerned about the passage of any bill containing language which could be interpreted as infringing the rights of the citizens of Rockcastle County to keep and bear arms. And whereas the Rockcastle County Fiscal Court wishes to express its deep commitment to the rights of all citizens of Rockcastle County to keep and bear arms. And whereas the Rockcastle County Fiscal Court wishes to express opposition to any law that unconstitutionally restrict the rights of the citizens of Rockcastle County to keep and bear arms. Whereas the Rockcastle County Fiscal Court acknowledges that it does not have the authority to authorize any individual to possess a firearm in any federal building or Kentucky Court of Justice facility located in Rockcastle County, Kentucky. And whereas the Rockcastle County Fiscal Court wishes to express its intent to stand as a county for Second Amendment rights and to oppose, within the limits of the Constitution of the United States and the Commonwealth of Kentucky, any efforts to unconstitutionally restrict such rights. Therefore, be it resolved, the people of Rockcastle County, by and through their duly elected fiscal court, hereby designate Rockcastle County a Second Amendment county in order to preserve for the people of, on, and in Rockcastle County their rights guaranteed by the Constitution of the United States of America. Furthermore, resolution declaring Rockcastle County, Kentucky a Second Amendment county, that the Rockcastle County Fiscal Court hereby expresses its intent to uphold the Second Amendment rights of the citizens of Rockcastle County, Kentucky. And furthermore, that the Rockcastle County Fiscal Court hereby declares its intent to oppose any unlawful infringement on the right of law-abiding citizens to keep and bear arms. We, the people of Rockcastle County, Kentucky, through this resolution hereby declare our rights, our freedom, and our liberty as guaranteed by the Constitution of the United States of America.
I make the motion, I believe.
Second that. All for it.
Any more questions or discussion? We'll just take a vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, also, Travis Brenda had called me last night, and he was unable to attend because we're back in session in Frankfurt. And he just wanted to let everybody know that he also supports the Second Amendment rights here. So, any, y'all have questions or comments or?
Good job.
Yeah. Huh?
Good job.
Alright, thank y'all. So we'll move to the next item, William, on this tourism. We've got you second on the agenda.
Hey guys, I brought some help with me again tonight. Brought the big guns, so but just to let you guys know, say most of you saw it in the paper, but the tourism approached the city as well at the last city council meeting. I think the city agreed to support at the lower level. Point out, I wasn't there, I don't know, maybe they're not as good a salesman as me or something, I don't know. But in all honesty, that probably was the correct way to go. But where that puts us at with you guys is actually, I think instead of asking for money at this point, we're asking for, some support in other areas. If you remember the presentation before, I think it included the event being held at the Hall of Fame instead of at Renfro as it would the Blast in the Valley. And I think it's, tourism is asking that the county help with doing some graveling and some parking areas back there in that backfield that they've got. So we can set food trucks up there and have parking for the music portion and the food truck portion of that. And then, of course, we're still probably gonna have to utilize Renfro for some overflow parking and stuff like that. So mainly just touching base with you tonight, cause we did say we would come back and give you a little follow-up on what happened when we talked to the city. So we are still in the planning stages of this. They had a planning meeting on Friday that I wasn't able to attend because I'd been in court in Laurel County. So we're still working toward getting a final proposal to present to you, but I did want to just let you know where the city was at, and that we're still talking about putting on what I think will be a very upscale event and something that the county could be proud of and the city can be proud of, but doing it on a little smaller scale, at least initially, than the high-end presentation that we talked about before. So we're talking about an initial spending, I think, of $30,000 from the city, plus your all's contribution in preparing the property down there for the event.
You think that property will be sufficient, space for what you're planning?
We are, we think so. We're still researching and stuff like that. There's a couple of things we're talking about doing that may include the leasing of like some generators and stuff to run the food trucks that day. But we think there'll be room to actually host the event, but parking will be an issue. But of course, we've got Renfro there next door, and it may be that they wanna charge a few dollars to park or whatever, and they can get involved and maybe make some money themselves on it, which, isn't a bad thing. If you go to a ball game or anything else, it's not uncommon to pay a few dollars to park, and most people aren't gonna bat an eye at that, I don't think. So,
We're
again,
still trying to get Tyler Childers old.
we're not gonna have Tyler Childers for the $30,000 money, of course. But we do still intend to put on a really nice event, so we will let you know probably next month. We'll have another follow-up if that's okay with you guys, and have some more specifics nailed down as far as what acts and things like that. And, I know you guys made some attempts to contact some people Friday, didn't you?
Yeah, we are working on trying to get a bigger headliner act like Tyler or somebody like that would do an acoustic show for a lot less money, like really a lot less money.
Like a benefit for the country music hall?
Yeah, pretty close to being a benefit, and so, I've reached out to several people, and so there's a few things in the works. I've already got most of the daytime acts, booked and nailed down on those. And so really the main thing that we're asking from you guys is, just to help us gravel that field there. It's about a 2-acre field. We'll take a little bit of work. There's some water issues and things like that, but, mainly just the labor and the gravel, and so.
I don't see nothing wrong with that. I'll make a motion for it. I'll make a motion to do
I
that.
mean, y'all just,
At this point, I don't know that as long as, we kind of have a verbal consent from you guys, I don't know that we need the oral yet, cause we still are planning. And we appreciate the fact that you're willing to, certainly don't get me
A
wrong.
smaller event, yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds even better than the bigger
Yeah,
event.
but we'll come back to you when we get some specifics on exactly what we need, and as we do, make sure we can do it in that location, stuff like that as well. I anticipate I'll ask for that motion next time we come back.
And it may be that we find that we don't have to gravel the whole field.
Okay.
So in observance of saving money and things
Is that where
like
the food truck's gonna be set up?
That's what we're thinking as of right now, yeah. One of the other things, Neil has made kind of some interesting connections. We've got a gentleman who just moved into the area. He's actually, I think, technically across the line in Lincoln County, but lives really close to Neil. He's in a band that's kind of a niche genre, but they're quite interesting, and he's volunteered to help out as much as he can, and he's put us in contact with some other types of talent that said they would help out and stuff, so I mean, it may be more than just music.
We're gonna still try to do it on the same date,
Yep. Yeah.
We're looking right now at September the 5th.
September 5th.
So, but anyway, guys, I think that's all I've got at the moment. I appreciate y'all's time.
Appreciate
Thank
you,
for
brother.
listening to us.
Thank you all.
Y'all have a good evening.
Yeah.
Do anything, let us know.
Alright, next item, C, the minutes from December 10th meeting, I get a motion on that. Need a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Sorry. Next, the minutes, December 18th.
I'll make a motion.
Get a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Alright, next item is Rochester County Industrial Authority. They're not, y'all got it, they're not asking.
No.
anything.
I didn't know if Jeff wanted to say anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and, approve their,
Budget.
finance statement.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. The next item is the microfood lease agreement. Now, they had it reappraised, and this is the appraisal, and I guess back when, during the construction, I guess the way it was originally done, it was a construction loan.
Yes.
And now it's over to permanent financing. So, in addition to changing it from construction to permanent, they had an appraisal done on the property, and that's the first 2 pages of the appraisal on it. And they was wanting to look at removing all of the property except for the factory sets and the 4.5 acres.
Approximately. And that was all part of the original agreement that was done, is that, you know, you had to have the whole collateral at that point to hold it. And then as we got that, done and the appraisal was sufficient, then we would, move to permanent financing and release the excess property.
Didn't we
Yeah,
take this
I
along
ain't
the way?
real crazy about that.
Excuse me? I wasn't around when that agreement was. No.
We don't hold the lien on that more.
No,
No.
Okay, cause this was prepared for six.
right, the way that works, if you remember,
It's before my time too.
we borrowed the money from Citizens Bank,
Yeah, construction.
and gave it to RCIDA. They then in turn loaned it to microfoodery for collateral against that. Now, the whole piece of property was
Yeah, there's like 3 tracks that was,
altogether,
Put on
be
the-
held as collateral. And then now, now the construction process is over, so they want to refinance it to a permanent financing status, which, principal and interest will be start to be paid on April 1st. And then that money will go to RCIDA, which will then, they'll be deposited back in an account at Citizens Bank that's repaying the loan. So, this is, I guess, just paperwork or something.
It's a formality.
Formality.
Yeah.
Bring it up to the-
Originally, we were supposed to hold a mortgage on that whole country back through there to the interstate, which is the way it should be right now.
Well, that was because there wasn't a building there. That's why we had the whole piece of property. Now we have a building at 344, whatever it is, 445.
Can you
That's
show
been
me on
appraised.
paper where we agreed to, give all that up after we got the building done?
I can't.
I mean, that's before my
I don't-
time.
I don't think we had no
that
such
would be-
agreement.
I'd have to depend on you, Shannon, because I wasn't involved in it.
Me
so.
neither.
I don't remember no such agreement. How about Jeremy Rowell, he was here.
I think an outside firm prepared that paperwork, right? I mean, I didn't prepare that, so I can't tell you I know about that. My
I'm
understanding was,
not
I think,
impressed with
like,
her, failing to meet her deadlines on this, that, and the other anyway, and I sure don't want to give up, something that we may have as collateral. It's just, they supposed to,
But you do
Start
understand, we borrowed 1.45
yeah,
million.
and they supposed to start, paying the full payment anyway.
Yeah, April 1st is when.
It's been a million once in a while. But so, we've got more than enough collateral it's just the building and the property.
We've got way over double collateral.
I mean, it's
As of
true.
right now.
To have, you
Yeah.
know, $17 million worth of land, doesn't do any good, you don't get what you're out.
If
And
you
I
remember,
think-
if you remember, Joe, we, signed agreement for them to have a second mortgage on that?
Yeah, on equipment, there is
On
equipment,
equipment.
there is a 500 something thousand that's on equipment. Yes.
Whether it's on equipment or whether it's on the building, it's a second mortgage on it.
That's with Mason, that's clear, so.
They, like I said, they had it reappraised, and it appraised for 3.4 million, and, you know,
That was part of the
I think there was, on the release though, wasn't there something in there that, about maybe the promise of donating
that
some land to,
yeah, there
to the
is.
county for parks and things?
up on top of that hill.
So that's, where's that kinda at? I mean,
I think that's one of the things that, I guess, so, be clear, you know, I was not here at the time that we all did the original agreement.
nobody's here to make
I was, but from the time that I didn't get involved,
I was here.
that's what I was told everything on the steps were. This is what we're doing, and, you know, that was my briefing, and that's how, what I was getting. So that's kinda how we've been following it. But yes, to your point, there is supposed to be something on that property, because that was part of that original purchase, and that purchase of property is in that 1.425 million.
Yeah, okay, right.
So, I think that needs to be, before we would actually sign it, we need to solidify that agreement.
that we're gonna get what we were promised to start with, and I agree with
And
that.
Mike, I can take care of that.
Because of-
And I'm not for giving up anything we hold collateral on right now until they show us that they got till the thing is done and they pay the payments on it. Mortgage that they, hold percentage.
I don't mind, we got plenty of collateral, but I would like to, I mean, with here, we got way more than double collateral. But
More the
the
better.
promise of, you know, hey, we're gonna maybe donate this to you, I would like to see, talk to them about that. You know,
If I could, I think Josh is here with the city and they've already done their part. I would, defer to him right now as to what the city's understanding, what their position is.
My understanding of our original agreement with them was always when we went from construction financing to permanent financing, if the building stood good, that we would accept as collateral, provided we had some kind of agreement on the property that Shannon's talking about.
yeah,
Right.
The appraisal on the building right now will barely stand good for what the city and, county has, picked them on. No comments on that?
Man, 20.425.
It exceeds barely exceeds.
it's 3.4 million is fair market value, appraised value. I don't know, so what you
Yeah,
saying,
the county's
John?
into it for 1. What?
You think that we
Six or something, and the city same thing?
Get our agreement?
Plus the $1 million community block grant that we,
On that property.
signed for them, and the city did the same
Before.
thing.
I do.
I do too.
Huh?
So I'm like him, I'd say at least we wait till
Right.
we get,
That's
we
fine.
kind of, I just take
Yeah.
that.
You're at a position of 83.8%.
Yeah.
On commercial lending, 10 to 20% is typical
Well,
equity.
that's 3% short of 20, like it make you buying a house.
Yeah, I would like to see that other, get a promise or something on it.
Yeah, we can prepare something on that after.
Alright, well, just
I just
table that and, move on to the next item. Rockhampton County Development Board Program Support.
Oh, you're welcome.
Lynn sent me an email, said she had a stomach virus and wouldn't be able to make it, so, I don't think there's nothing.
I'll make a motion.
Second. All in favor say aye. Alright, next item is Hospice Care Plus donation. Well, she wrote it.
Last five, last year.
75. That's what donated last year to them.
I'll make a motion to give it to them again.
Alright,
I will second that.
alright. All in favor say aye. Any opposed?
Sorry, I know this is way out of order, and I would have said this at the beginning, but I was a little too late. I'm Micah Sims with Senator Rand Paul's office, so I came here for the Second Amendment resolution that y'all did in about 30 seconds. So, I apologize, I know I'm way out of order, but, just wanted to congratulate you guys, and thanks for letting me sit in on y'all's meeting.
Oh,
You're very welcome.
thank you, glad to have you.
Thank you.
What'd you say your name was?
It's Micah Sims, yeah.
From Rand Paul's already.
I know, I was like 5 seconds late, and y'all were done and clapping, I was like, oh, congratulations, so I apologize.
Alright, next item is, Castle County Clerk, today. 2020 budget.
So I'm here to set the maximum amount of salary for deputies and to pass the budget. I guess they're ready to copy. On there, the first column that you'll see was what was budgeted for this year. The second column is estimated actuals, and the third column is proposed 2020. There's not a ton of change. I mean, it looks like it's significant, but in the scheme of things, it's probably not that big a deal. I did, on the budgeted proposed, I had raised that $5,000 from $210 to $215 on proposed salary, and then with retirement and Social Security and all that to be adjusted for that. So it takes it up to $251.5 instead of $235.5. And no, I didn't spend it all. I just like to be prepared in case I need it. But you've heard that before. And then if you look at, I expect to be able to return in excess fees this year, approximately $70,000. Here by this time next month at the next fiscal court meeting. I will do what was promised, which was the $50,861.08, and then by March, the rest of it in its entirety. And then proposed for next year, excess fees of $68 for 2012, which I don't know if I actually gave you all. Yeah, it's on the last column in the packet. That's all the proposed. So the difference in the receipts and the disbursements is a $68 for 2012. I do expect an increase in all of the recordings because the state has gone through and raised all of the rates on every kind of recording that there is. I'm sure you're very aware of being in the banking industry. Bankers, any kind of title abstractors, the Bar Association, the County Clerks Association, had to pass legislation last year in order to get that done. It had something to do with wanting to be able to do transparency in lending and HUD statements, being able to be kind of more across the board from state to state. That's where you'll see those increases. Do you have any questions?
Need a moment?
I guess I need it first for the maximum amount for deputies and assistants.
I'll make a motion.
I second it.
All in favor say aye. Any opposed?
And then secondly, for the proposed budget for 2020.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
No.
Any opposed?
And then you'll get me a copy of that ad, okay? Alright, and I'll get you a copy of this. Thank you all.
Thank you, Doug.
Thanks, guys.
Next item is the sheriff's budget to action.
First of all, I want to, present a check for $15,000 as our excess fees for 2019 was in our budget. This is how we were asked to do this instead of loan a couple of years ago was listed as a line item. So that was in the budget and planned all year. So we'll give that back to you. And we're also asking now, we had the same amount, $15,000 in our 2020 budget that it's already been approved. Appreciate getting that done a couple of weeks ago. But that's $15,000 is in 2020's budget that we hope to give back to. We are asking that you give us this $15,000 back for January to cover our second payroll period. So it's a net zero, Mike. So we're just looking at it, taking it out and putting it in another bucket. But right now, we don't have enough to meet payroll. Second payroll. So if you will give that back to us by the second payroll, then we'll accumulate through the year, and the end of the year we'll give it back to you again. So I guess I need to make a motion.
I second that, go ahead.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed?
And then the other document that we have to do is actuals to send in to Frankfurt to complete our application for our advancement. So our actuals turned out about 12,000 under for receipts and 14,000 under for all of the expenditures. So we're showing about 17,000 excess. So we had agreed to this 15, and after our audits, there'll be some more there after everything's completed that we'll give back. So few line items, over and under, but overall we came out pretty close after all of the changes and everything we faced this year.
our total contribution ended up, about $9 more actually for the year, so it's pretty close. Our budget. Yeah.
The office expenses and utilities there, Dale, what's the big difference in that from?
Well, that, also includes utilities for the building across the street. So those utilities, supplies, any other things.
Okay.
Yeah, heating and air issue had to be, replaced. So
That was just a big office.
right, right, that was totally unplanned. So, just a couple of things unplanned, but we're able to deal with it and hopefully continue to do okay this year. So I need a motion to accept this one.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second
I did want to give everybody an update on the grant on the vehicles. We've got a scheduled delivery date of the 2 new patrol cruisers for January 25th. So that's when they're supposed to be delivered to the dealer. And of course from there we'll have to send them Lawrenceburg for equipment and all that. So hopefully by the end of February we'll have fully equipped 2 new 2020 Chargers ready for the road.
Somebody gonna take me a ride one of them?
You'll have to ask Shannon.
You can drive and play the lights and siren, Joe.
All right.
Get around the back seat.
Again, you got a truck or stuff.
You'll see any mileage in the air in your house.
But the,
Can't drive it,
let's see, the finance is going to be just a little different this year. The USDA wanted to let them know a week before that delivery, so they're gonna wire the full funds for both the equipment and the units. But we're gonna get 2 separate invoices this time, where we just got one last year from the dealer. So we'll get one invoice from the dealer, and then at the end of February, we'll get a separate invoice from L&W, for that total amount. So, but they're gonna transfer the full amount, their 55%, when we get delivered.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
That couldn't be done without the help of court on that grant. Thank y'all.
And
Thank
this
you.
ain't on the agenda, but we'll do the 12 report next.
And we got better vehicles now, and we'll have, and we've had in years.
That's good, that's
Right.
what we got.
Hopefully that'll help us reduce maintenance costs in downtown.
I'll get you to go over the equipment.
Well, I seen there was a lot of maintenance and repair costs, the extra 17 off of the last year's budget.
Right.
Something new. I'd say that.
The deputies and clerks and Dale and all have done an exceptional job ramping up efforts to squeeze every dime out of the other areas where they could, where they've increased. They've done well.
I thought that was you doing all that, man.
I could still take care of it for you if I could.
Oh, I know it's like that, it's credit union, so I get it.
This is not on the agenda, but the Quail Park report, the month of December, they rented out twice for $175. Utilities, $424.20. At the end of December, they had $1,095.05.
Make a motion.
Second.
Favor say aye. Any opposed? Jeremy, the next item is that, did you take care of the?
Skip that and come back to it, and I'll talk to the transfer real quick.
Alright, next item is code break speed limit sign.
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Alright.
Second.
All in favor, say
Hey,
aye.
people run too fast through there and they're getting ready to, open that racetrack down there, there's gonna be a lot of traffic. Huh?
Yeah, they put the dirt.
Yeah, they put dirt on it.
Yeah, they put a lot of pictures on Facebook while work they done to it.
One house, camping, I don't know what.
I say aye.
Everybody behind, voting behind, yeah, approved, any opposed? I thought that was clear, okay. Next item is the 2020 Kentucky Waste Tire Grant. Me and James went to a meeting, they've already set the date, for Rockcastle. It's gonna be March 5th, 6th, and 7th. Thursday and Friday and Saturday, it's gonna be at the, State Highway Department up here. Need a motion to
I'll make a
approve
motion.
that. They set the dates, they didn't give us an option to set anything, we just went over and they handed us this flyer and said, there you all are, so we stopped up here to make sure it would be all right with the State Highway before we went any further, but they said it was fine with them, so. All in favor say aye. Any opposed?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, and, I've got a flyer here that you could run in the paper for me, I appreciate. It's, 8 to 5, Thursday and Friday, and 8 to 12, it's got the times written in it.
Yeah.
Okay, 8 to 5, and then on Saturday, it's 8 to 12.
Yeah.
Alright, yep, and then the next, James has got 2 more, cardboard compactors.
Yep.
And I guess they kinda cut the price a little bit on cardboard when it gets wet and stuff, so he was just wanting to present, to build a shed on the side of his building down there to put that other compactor in, and then to have storage area that they can put their cardboard, keep it from getting wet. And it looks like that.
You take bids or give estimates?
Well, what he done, he went up to, and got a
Material list?
material cost, and then they're gonna put it up for sale at $3,100. He got the electric stuff from Eubank, and Lumber King gave him the other quote, and then probably Farmart gave him some quotes, but I mean, all of it together, it says, material cost comes to approximately $3,100.
I'll second.
Who made the motion?
I do.
Big Mike.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, next is the solid waste report.
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Alright, next is Kentucky Jailer Association dues, $575.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Next is just information only, Jason Medley's, rented the gym for the month of December, brought in $775.
That's good, I'll make a motion.
So next one is a Kentucky Transportation Cabinet resolution for the culverts.
They finally come in.
Well, yeah, the process is slow, but it's there. So, get a,
Motion. I'll make a motion.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the next one is the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet Agreement. So we gotta do a resolution and agreement on that, so.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then the administrative code that I handed out last month, with those few changes in it, I'm just gonna need a motion to
Second.
adopt it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Alright, Judge, if you want to, you can go back to Humvee, I call
Okay,
for this.
next, we'll go back to item M.
Alright, so the Livingston Police Chief, wanted that put on the agenda today, he couldn't be here. They have that Humvee that they only use for inclement weather, so if there's situations where people have a hard time getting out, they'll go out and assist, take calls across the county, so it's not just the Livingston area, and Travis does that. It needs some small maintenance work, I think specifically, he said, those Humvees take 2 batteries, so if both batteries are dead, he's just gonna ask if the court would assist in purchasing 2 batteries for that vehicle.
I'll make a
I
motion
think
right
that'd be,
away.
I think that'd be maybe a couple $100. And then if the court wouldn't care to allow some basic maintenance to be done to it, I think like oil changes and things like that, he didn't know if the county garage can do that. He's gonna ask if that would be appropriate, since it is a vehicle that's used for county
Right.
purposes.
Now, it's actually owned by the federal company, I mean,
Okay,
they
okay.
just got it, I guess they got a grant, ever how that worked.
I mean, he hardly ever uses them.
Several
except for
years
winter.
ago, they
Yeah.
donated them around for city government.
We got them on grant from.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, that's all he wanted to ask for.
I'll make a motion.
Second that.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? And we'll just make a note in there that we'll do it at the road department, we'll take care of it.
Okay, thank you. I'll let him know.
Next is Joe.
This is the, financial report for December. In the general fund, the month of December is total $454,161 deposited, $422,976 expended, balance at the end of December, $60,790. Road fund, that was total $404,961 deposited, $321,594 expended, the balance at the end of December is $131,597. Detention center, a total of $211,690 deposited, $217,929 expended, the balance at the end of December was a $2,540 deficit. LGA, total $15,877 deposited, $23,063 expended, balance at the end of December was $921, and since that time, we've received a, check for, what was that, $35,000? LGA? $33,000. Forestry fund, that was total $101, deposited, no expenditures, balance at the end of December is $2,191. General fund account is $7,871 deposited, and $72,871 transferred out to the road department. Is that those? Road. Balance at the end of December is $500. 911, a total of $413,706 deposited, and $442,199 expended. Balance at the end of December was $69,222. The reason that $400,000 amount, it was $404, that the state wire transferred our flex money, it was a flex there, position road discretionary. They hit the 911 account instead of our federal funds account, so it went into the wrong account, and we'll have to budget amendment to show that, and get it back out, but at least we got the money. CSEP, $83,524 deposited, $16,000 expended, the balance at the end of December was $114,510. There were no deposits in the fairground account, $388 expended, the balance at the end of December was $6,742. LEPC account, that was no deposits, that was $73 expended, the balance at the end of December was $556. Occupational tax account, that was $14,651 deposited, was $400,000 transferred out. General fund, balance at the end of December was $97,228. No activity in the anchor account, that's the account that we get that closed out. Balance at the end of December, $6,210. Microfluidic account, that was $1,580 deposited. Balance at the end of December, $6,193. And then the Parks and Rec board, that was $425 deposit, no expenditures. Balance at the end of that account, at the end of December, it's $4,824.
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Any questions on the claims?
I ain't got it. I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Any opposed?
Now it's money.
Where you gonna get it from?
I'm collecting money, now I'm gonna rob it.
It's just showing another 7,000.
I know, but I've done some more work.
It don't matter. You gotta put it in before you take it out.
He's got it. I want 175 from notification to the general fund, but mostly because we gotta give 60,000 to the jail because we're broke, don't have no more money. I've gotta take 175 from the occupation to the general fund, then I want 60, I have to take 60 from the general fund to the jail
To
fund.
the jail fund.
I'll make a motion.
Any opposed say aye. Any opposed? Okay.
That's all I got. That's all I got, money.
You didn't have to answer that.
That's all money I got, so.
Or is that something you want to talk to us about? Okay.
We'll talk to you.
That's fine.
Does anybody have anything they need to address the court? Everybody good? Somebody good?